Hey guys, Joe the Mechanic. Today I'm going to be making a video showing you my new texton torque wrench. I got this about a week ago. It's a 1/4 inch drive in inch pounds. It works really good. I just did the head bolts on my mom's 4-wheeler. So we'll get the camera turned around here and I'll show you what it looks like, show you how it works, and I'll tell you what it is.
I'm so glad that I live in America. It's a high school prom, it's a Springsteen song, it's a ride in a Chevrolet. It's a man on the moon and fireflies in June and kids selling lemon.
Alright guys, this is my texton torque wrench, and it comes in the case like this. Goes in that sleeve there, and then it's got the rubber, the stretch piece around it, and the Velcro. And the reason why there's this many precautions on these, if you were to ever drop one of these, there's little what's called torque forks inside of here that are connected by this pin, and when you set it to a certain torque, the bar comes up, and when the torque passes that bar, there's a little moving rod in here. That's why the bars on these are so thick, the handle. It passes that and it makes a click sound, and that tells you when you get to the certain torque. Now if you were to drop one of these and one of those got off of its calibration, this is pretty much useless. And another thing is, you have to leave it, and I know this kind of might be a little too bright, but I'll go into the other light here. You have to leave this at 10 foot-pounds or 0 foot-pounds because there's a spring in here. And like, you know, if you push a spring, if you push a spring down all the way and hold it there for a while, it starts to stay at that size. Well, you want that spring to go back to its original size because it's made to do torque to what it's set to. Now, this texton torque wrench here is about $60, whereas Texton also makes a $30 one. Now, I am a Snap-on fan, if you couldn't tell by my sweatshirt, and I buy Snap-on tools, not everything, but I can't spend $600 on those tech angle torque wrenches when I don't use them frequently, and I just don't understand why they're that expensive. So I did get the more expensive one, and it's been excellent. I have the 1/2 inch drive too by Texton, and that one's excellent, and that's why I got this. And it comes in a nice foam case, and I keep it in the case. It's got a nice foam with their brand. It is not made in USA. It is also not made in China. It's made in Taiwan, so it's not absolute junk, but it's also not, you know, Snap-on quality or any of those big brands that are made in the USA. Now to use this here, I'm gonna try to show you. Well, I can't show you one-handed, so let me get the camera placed down here, and let me see if I can show you. So if you have your numbers here, whatever you want to bring your torque to, you pull this down. On the bigger torque wrenches, there's a knob at the end that you unscrew, and then you turn the knob. This knob will not turn until you pull this thing back. So you pull this here, and you rotate this until you're 0. There's a 0 right there, and the 0 will read, now it reads 20 on your first increment. So that's 20, 0, so 20 pounds. Now if we go 1, that's 21, and you can see it just rises above the number 20. You can't see it anymore. Now we go to 22, 23, and so on until you go all the way around, and there's 9 numbers, and now we're up to 30. So if you look at the other side of this torque wrench, what would be, as I call the back or the head side, it is also in Newton meters. So if you live in any of those other countries that uses metric, you can use metric, and you can see it's in decimal form down there and also on here, so you can still use this in metric. So let's bring this over to the vise and torque down a bolt just to show you how it works. Let me go over here and get draw. That's it. Okay. Alrighty, now this here has what I also like on it, which I don't have on my big 1/2 inch drive torque wrench. It's got the quick release, so when you put your socket on, it can't come off, and when you hit the button, it pushes off. On the other one, it doesn't come off, but it's almost bad that it doesn't come off because it's hard to pull off. Like this. Oh, I didn't get it on there that time, but this one you can't pull it on. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. Alright, now I have this bolt here that we're going to use as our test subject. Now I'll just put it right here, and can just lock that in the vise. And this is low torque stuff. This is not something you could use on a something with high torque. This is only in inch pounds. So we'll bring this up to, let's just do a random torque of There's 50 inch-pounds exactly. You can see you just let that go. I actually like it more because on the older ones, and I'll show you on my half inch in a minute what I mean. So, and these things are always used in forward. These things cannot be used as a breaker bar. Now this one, it's really not that long anyway, but my half inch one, it's really long to get leverage on things. This one, you should not ever use this in reverse. You should not have to put it in reverse. I don't know why they even put them on there, because it says don't use it in reverse. So we just place this on here, and it's going to be a very tiny click. You can barely even hear it. Hear that? You don't even really hear it. You just kind of feel it. And the ratchet hand, that's those torque forks going over it. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Now, why I like this design over the other one is, where's my, this is my big torque wrench. It's also a texton. The end here, you have to loosen this cap and then turn the knob, which is a lot harder, and I don't think it's as accurate because sometimes it turns the handle a little bit. And this is what you would use for lug nuts. You know, this is long. This guy can get a lot of torque on to tighten down lug nuts. Again, don't use it in reverse, and I'm just showing you to compare. But yeah, this is a great tool. I recommend this to anybody. If you're a professional technician, maybe you work in a motorcycle shop where you do motorcycles all day and you torque down stuff all day, then maybe you want to get the snap-on one where you can preset, it's electronic, you can preset your torques into it. You know, you might want that, but for somebody, I use this maybe, you know, twice, 3, 4 times a month. It's not something that needs to be $600. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. If you like this review, please like it. I'll leave a Amazon link in the description to where you can buy this. Also subscribe, and if you have any questions about any of my torque wrenches, any of my tools, or any of the equipment you see in here, or any just questions or things you want to tell me, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to respond to them. I'll see you on the next video.